So, about a week ago, a young lady by the name of Lindsay Shepherd released a video titled Goodbye to the Left, and it's garnered a little over 500,000 views. People who really like the fact that this young lady decided that she is no longer going to be calling herself a leftist, and she is done with the left-wing politics of, I guess, America or Canada, I will assume. I'm pretty sure she's Canadian. So for those of you guys who don't know, Lindsay Shepherd is actually somewhat, I wouldn't say famous, but she's well known on the internet as, I believe she was a college professor. If not, she was someone in college who played a video of one of Jordan Peterson's where he said something the college did not agree with, and they decided to have a little bit of a tribunal to discuss, or at least tell Lindsay why what she did was not okay. I believe there's like I think the entire conversation was recorded. It's like an hour long, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows a lot more about what happened with Lindsay Shepherd than I do. I really didn't follow this case very closely. So I know who I know of her. Can't really say I know who she is. But this video here just kind of is really hilarious to me. It kind of rubs me the wrong way, because I see a lot of praise for her, but I don't see a lot of things that are worthy to be praised given what we've gotten. Now, I want to make this clear. I'm not making this video so much to disagree with her or anything like that, or to rebut her, but I do want to point something out that I think a lot of people should pay attention to, because this is what's bothering me about this video. So the video is called Goodbye to the Left, and it's Lindsay explaining why she does not want to be associated with leftists anymore. And I think you guys should go ahead and take a listen as to her reasonings as to why she doesn't want to be associated with these people. She will take us away.
But what is the left now? They're pro-censorship, right? They are victimhood culture. They are all about moral righteousness. They're taught that claiming to be offended results in a moral victory. And Jonathan Rauch wrote this over 20 years ago in his book Kindly Inquisitors. There's this victimhood mentality. They don't believe in personal responsibility. They are completely intolerant of diversity of thought, intolerant. They are humorless people. They want to make society boring. And they want to make it so that no one can do so much as make a joke. If you are not on their side 100%, they will slander you mercilessly. And it'd be funny if it weren't such a dirty trick.
Now, you're probably wondering, well, did she say anything wrong there, Zers? Was she inaccurate in her description of the left? Well, to be more charitable to my enemies, as I always try to be, I have to say, she's not entirely accurate, and I can nitpick and, pull out some things that I don't think fully encapsulates the left, but that's not what's really important here. It's not really important that the lack of specificity or the lack of accuracy she really has to the left. It's actually a statement that she says earlier that bothers me quite a bit, and I will play that statement right here.
I just kind of naturally saw myself as being a leftist. I was pro-environment. I believed in climate change. I was pro-gay marriage. I took the bus everywhere. I didn't have a car. So I guess just naturally, kind of without really thinking about it, I placed myself on the left of the political spectrum.
See, here's the thing. If she still believes all of the same things, but does not wish to be called a leftist, then she's still a leftist. And this is what bothers me about this. She makes a video where she says goodbye to the left. And what she really describes is that she doesn't want to be associated with the left wing because of all these different negative things that she doesn't think are correct, that she thinks the left stands for now. All of these different negative things that kind of boil down to, I don't want to be associated with all of these mean, unfunny people here. These people have been mean to me, these people have slandered me, and I don't want to be associated with them anymore. Here's the thing, her emotional reaction to the leftists that have slandered her, well, I guess it's libel, I don't know, is totally reasonable. I'm not saying that her being emotional about this, her being upset about, what leftists have done to her is just weird or strange or uncouth. But what I am saying is, if she still believes all of the same things, then there's no growth or change here. She just has her feelings hurt. And I know it sounds like I'm making fun of her, but I'm just kind of putting it down in its most basic form. And its most basic form, She doesn't want to be a leftist anymore because the leftists have hurt her feelings and they're a bunch of mean people. But when it all comes to her politics and it all comes to her opinion, she's still the same person. So I want to make a comparison. I want to show you guys just a practical application of what I'm saying here, okay? Let's say, I don't know, this is a couple years ago, I don't know, in 2014, 15. The whole gay marriage thing, you know, was still a hot topic debate, right? And let's say I'm a Christian. Well, I am. But let's say I'm a Christian and I'm really liberal, and I'm for the homosexuals. I'm for them. I'm like, no, I want them to get married. You know, I think the Lord is totally fine with this. And then I come up and I make a video and I say this, right? And I say, look, listen, there are a lot of Christians who are just not very good Christians. A lot of them are mean, especially if you go to like Catholic schools or like Christian schools. They're mean, they're bullies, they're rude, they'll talk crap about you, they do not show the love of Jesus Christ, they're really terrible people. Some of them are really homophobic, they say the nasty things about gay people. I don't want to associate myself with these Christians anymore. I am not a Christian anymore. Now, I still believe that Jesus Christ died and rose again on the third day. I still believe that there is a higher power that we call Yahweh or God, you know, that I call the Lord. I still believe in the Holy Spirit and all of this thing, but I just don't want to be called a Christian anymore. Now, if I had come out and said that, you guys would say that I'm out of my freaking mind. You would say that, well, what difference does it make if you don't call yourself a Christian or associate yourself with a Christian? You still believe in all of the same things. You haven't changed your mind. You haven't changed your opinion. You just don't want to be associated with mean people. And this is what I see here in this video. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with her not wanting to be associated with these people. But what I want to highlight is the fact that if at the end of the day your political opinions are still the same, then you have not left the left. You have not left the right if you say I'm a right-wing person and I don't like the alt-right and how they all talk about how black people have a low IQ and how there should be a white ethno-state. You know, it wouldn't matter. The point is, if you still believe all of the same things, the label still applies. You just don't like the representation. And again, I understand not liking the representation. But if your political opinions are all the same, then you're just saying that you don't like mean people. And I have to say, no one likes mean people. To tell you the God honest truth, I would have to say that she's giving these people a little bit more power than they deserve by giving up on the left rather than trying to redeem it, or rather than trying to be the beacon of hope for people who are leftists and they don't believe in all of these mean things or all these terrible things she lifted off. I mean, if anything, she is kind of giving a little bit more credence to the right, or making the right look a little bit more reasonable, just kind of in comparison. When in all actuality, I just really don't like the left-right divide to begin with, because I think politics are a little more complex than a lot of people give it credit for. I think if she came out and said, look, listen, man, I don't like the label because I don't think it fully encapsulates my opinions on these things. If her mind was changed on her politics and she started to think differently about the world, and she said, I'm leaving the left because I'm a little bit more nuanced, or there's some things on the right wing that I actually agree with and I don't think it's fair to call me left or right. I'm not centrist, I just don't know where I can put myself. If it was more complex, I wouldn't have any problem with it. And I would love this video. I would upvote this video probably twice. I would unlike it and then I'd like it again. Because that would show some type of growth or some type of genuine thought in the way she feels about the world. But really, it's just, I don't like how mean these people are. I don't like the fact that these people do these mean things. And I don't want to be associated with mean people. But at the end of the day, you're just giving these people more credit and more power, because you're letting them define what are truly and genuinely, honestly, still your opinions. So I honestly think she did a little bit more damage to herself than she did good by saying, I'm leaving the left, not because I thought critically about my opinions and wanted to change, but because I don't want to be associated with mean people. And again, I'm not saying that she should want to be associated with mean people, but what I am saying is that if she isn't going to think critically about her political opinions, then there really isn't anything to celebrate here, because she's still a leftist and she still believes all the same things. So I mean, she finally realized left-wing people are mean and they eat each other, but I think most leftists realize that they disagree and eat each other.
Well, that's what we do. We fight.
Some of them make jokes about it all the time, so yeah. So I just kind of want to leave you guys with this thought. I mean, again, I guess it might be a really good first step for her to stop looking at the political spectrum in terms of left and right. although it doesn't seem like she has. It still seems like she, again, just doesn't want to be with these mean people. But maybe some people consider it a nice first step, and maybe she can become more nuanced, and maybe she can reevaluate more of her opinions in the future. And that would certainly be cool and nice, and I think would help her grow intellectually and politically. However, as it stands, her saying I don't want to be a part of the left because they're mean, really more just kind of looks a little bit more like right-wing pandering than it looks like an honest bit of self-growth. And I don't really like that. I think political opinions can be a little bit more complex than I'm not going to be left-wing anymore because they're mean.
It's not that simple.
So I want to leave you guys with that thought. I don't think there's anything wrong with Lindsay Shepherd, and to answer her final question, which is this.
Does that make me right-wing, or does that make me a centrist? I don't know. You tell me.
I will tell you, Lindsay, no. It does not make you right-wing, nor does it make you a centrist. It just makes you a leftist who doesn't want to be called a leftist. So that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, man, go and click the like button. Yeah, shoot. Go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below, and as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.